looked into her eyes, he learned the most important part of the language that all the world spoke. The language that everyone on earth was capable of understanding in their heart. It was love. Something older than humanity, more ancient than the desert. What the man felt at that moment was that he was in the presence of the only woman in his life. And that with no need for words, she recognized the same thing.
Can you tell me a little bit, what was going on through your head?
I mean, she was definitely the hot chick at the gym, and just watching her work, and she was just so strong and just able to do so much. And there's something to be said for someone who's willing to put themselves through getting up early and just dragging yourself through the mud. And someone like Kita is not just there to be in a certain kind of group or anything like that. Like, she's there to do work. So for so much time, I've been not receptive to a serious relationship. It wasn't me. I've seen it go wrong so many different ways. I just I was like, I'm not even gonna try. But with Kita, it was just I just wanted just more time, just to be with her, just to experience her.
Andrew, today, in front of all the people who mean the most to us, we get to become a family. I get to be your wife. I remember that feeling after our first date on Valentine's Day. It was something so profound and comforting. I felt like I had already known you for years, like I was the only girl in the world that mattered to you, and I had just met you. I couldn't wait to see you again. I needed to know more about this brilliantly funny man.
Her lightheartedness and her warmth and just joy for each moment. It takes me out. Again, I know I can take myself really seriously, and with someone like her, she's just so disarming, and she's able to help me cut through all of that, and just I could see those walls completely dissolving. I've got nothing but confidence in this whole thing. I know that Kita is absolutely right for me. Every moment has been just so valuable with Kita. No, life is good, man. Life is good, but it's way better with Kita. No, I am more with her than I ever could be without her. There's not another human on the planet that I could say that about. I thought I was doing things right as a single guy, as a bachelor, but no, man, there's a lot more. Being able to spend time with Kita and her family have absolutely opened my ability to perceive what it is to be a member of a family. I couldn't be happier.
You came into my life unexpectedly. It was the most perfect time in both of our lives to fall in love and build a relationship and now a life together. Of course, your charming personality, wildly handsome looks, and ridiculously white teeth are what I saw first. But as time went on, I started to know you on a deeper level, and it was then I truly fell in love. I learned about your inquisitive nature and love for meaningful talks. I learned that I can always expect our mornings to start with delicious coffee. I learned how your rational and logical mind complements my emotional and spontaneous one. I learned about your passion for cooking and that you always make me the most wonderful food. I learned that you will always give me your complete attention and that you will love me exactly as I am.
Kita, since you've entered my life, you've provided encouragement not only to be myself,
but the inspiration to explore myself. You have been so generous and patient, never letting me doubt the fact that you're with me, no matter what. I'd like to thank you for the warmth and openness of your heart and inspiring the drive within me to be a better human. Ultimately making what I thought would be so hard, so easy.
Now, as we begin this journey as husband and wife, here are my vows to you. I promise to know perfection does not exist, but always to remember you are everything I want and need.
I promise to repay the spirit that you've brought into my life by keeping my heart open and treating you with honesty and respect.
I promise to be your best friend and to never stop laughing until we cry.
I promise to let my ego be the first barrier to drop when we meet contention. I promise to reflect the confidence that you give me and to express it toward our lives together.
I promise I will try to close all of the food containers and not leave my keys in the drawer overnight. I promise I will be there during the best times, the tough times, and every moment in between.
I promise to continue seeking excitement in every unassuming moment with you and to tend to our relationship with love and tenacity. I promise to continue seeking the most balanced cup of coffee and the most tender and delectable steak. And to do this life with you completely and unconditionally. Not letting anything outside of us affect how good we are together.
I promise you will never stop being my favorite human. I promise I will be compassionate, gentle, and kind. I promise to know our love story is my favorite. And I promise to travel with you down the road of life, hand in hand, with the promise of a lifetime together. I love you.
Because we're all gonna try not to cry, but I'm making no promises. I can't even look at you or your family or my family. So Keita and I have been friends since we were 5 years old, and we've lived more of our lives together than we have apart. So really, she is more like a sister to me than a friend. Keita, you are kind, you are steadfast, you are loyal, you are driven. And I know that as Keita's self-appointed treasure keeper, whomever comes in contact with her should be in awe of the glory and goodness of who she is.
Someone as thoughtful, self-aware, passionate, and hardworking as you is a rarity, and someone I hold close to my heart. I'm gonna cry. So Andrew, when Keita first introduced us before falling asleep on your couch by 7:45, I was determined to hate you. Who will ever be good enough for my best friend, Keita?
Thankfully, it took all of 5 minutes of meeting Andrew and watching him interact with Keita to know he was, in fact, the one.
I knew by night's end, around 3 a.m., that you two would have the kind of relationship everyone should aim to have. Even if I did force Keita to Uber home with me that night instead of staying in Andrew's, because I am a man of principles, and I had to wait until the second night to sleep over at Andrew's.
I've known Andrew for a long time, and we've been through a lot of things, and I would say if you asked us a couple years ago, we never thought we were going to be married men at this point in our lives. Honestly, the full expectation that we're going to be married once in our lives and for the rest of our lives. You know, you get guarded, you get strong as you get older, and then you meet the person that you're supposed to marry, and it's a very obvious thing.
She is beautiful, physically strong, authentic, intelligent, funny. I could go on forever. I'm not gonna cry. So is Andrew the perfect guy for Keita?
He was in awe of the glory and goodness of who Keita is. Andrew, you are kind, you are steadfast, you are loyal, and you are driven. I will willingly and very happily entrust you with Keita, my best friend, one of my greatest treasures.
Some things I've become aware of since I've gotten to know Andrew. Andrew's honest, willing to compromise to make Keita happy. He's slow to anger, and his logical approach balances Keita's more emotional side. He lets Keita be Keita. They are workout partners, they are always laughing, and they are best friends. He's a perfect man for Keita. Keita is the perfect woman for Andrew. Andrew, welcome to the family. Keita, we love you, and we love Andrew.
You two truly are better together, and I couldn't be more honored to stand by your side. Here's to many years of happiness. I am here to love and support you every step of the way.
My greatest wish for you is that through the years, your love will grow so that years from now, you will look back on this day as the day you loved each other the least.
I feel incredibly confident in Andrew and Keita that you guys are going to be amazing for the rest of your life, and I wish you guys the absolute best future.
So everyone, a little toast to Andrew and Keita. May you have many years of laughter, love, and friendship, and may your children have relatively normal toes.